actual Pride episode of the month.
Woo.
For those of you who don't know and are just tuning in to what you think is a normal HausQueens episode, sorry, but it's not. All
it's Pride
June,
season.
Exactly. All June, we're gonna be celebrating Pride and be having super special LGBTQ guests every single week. This week we have the lovely Nat with us.
Stop. You make me feel more important than I am.
You're wonderful.
We are blessed enough to have gotten them onto the show this week. And every week we'll be coming back with new, awesome, exciting guests. So be sure to be checking my Twitter. And yeah, started. We have a bunch of stuff to be talking about because today was absolute chaos.
Oh boy!
Before we jump into super specific Pride, we should definitely talk about alternate jerseys. Let's discuss.
I'm excited.
I'm cautiously optimistic because, I have found myself getting really, really excited over a lot of the different things that have been coming out, and then just getting absolutely, disappointed because of, just whoever's in charge of merchandise and whoever's in charge of designing everything has just been disappointing me week in and week out.
Yeah.
You mean you didn't love those shirts where they just blacked out different things and made an incomprehensible paragraph?
I mean, this week has been basically Crotch Week.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's a brand.
I can't really say that much because I have seen what the jerseys look like. Some of them are a lot better than others, and some of them clearly did not utilize the 6-month time span to, design these jerseys and clearly did not, hire any outside talent for the designs, and some of them, how many drugs were you on when you made this? All of them? Okay, sure, yes.
I remember sometime before the end of last season, of the inaugural season, Bishu said something about how the jerseys were going to look really, really cool this year. And so when we came back for season 2, or 2019 season, or whatever it is that we're calling it these days, I was really surprised that they had the standard jerseys, and then when we started seeing these leaks, the promo tweets, right, the official promotions from the teams,
which the Mayhem are the only one who have not posted an actual crotch shot, so it's just
ooh, of the
ooh, what's this? Notices no team. But I already know what's happening.
I know what's happening, but the common folk do not.
The common folk do not, and I take so much pleasure in people speculating, especially in the Mayhem server, because they're just freaking out, because they're like, where are the jerseys? Where's the leaks? Where is it? And I'm like, oh, be patient. And I mean, they literally just posted that they're going to be posting the thing tomorrow, so it's just calm your tits.
Is it worth the wait?
It is absolutely worth the wait. I've seen the jerseys. They are gorgeous, and I'm so excited. They look so good. Literally, I've seen how the jerseys were supposed to look, because the Mayhem did apply for color changes last year. And I remember because from when they came down to Florida, I got to see the jerseys when they were first submitting them and the original design of what they were. And I even helped out pick out the shade of pink, because the person designing the jersey had no idea what Vaporwave was, and I had to educate them. So I was kind of upset about that. It's still carrying the same concept of the Vaporwave.
Yeah.
It's literally that. It's not a big secret. It's going to be Vaporwave.
I'm excited. I'm so into the whole Vaporwave, kind of 80s sort of aesthetic.
It's so pretty, and I don't for the life of me don't understand why the Mayhem didn't do this sooner. It's just, I know why Blizzard rejected them, because they're like, oh, we need to give the expansion teams a choice in colors, and I'm like, I will bet money that they're gonna pick the standard gamer colors.
Also,
period.
Florida's color scheme is dying. Someone please help them.
Please, someone help them. The Mayhem Academy died for this color scheme.
Oh, I was just going to say, now that Mayhem Academy is on break for a season,
no, Thanos snapped.
Well, yeah, didn't they say that they're taking a while to rebuild or retool their roster or something like that? It was... I thought they're just entirely gone?
They're gone. They're all gone, because the Mayhem statement was this is the general gist, don't quote me on this, but this is the general gist. They want to focus on their main roster, the one that should be focused on the most, but it's just
but also the one that doesn't win.
But the Academy roster scrims against the main team, and they do better, so...
Make it make sense.
It's sad. You really do hate to see it, but I mean,
we also. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It sucks. Like I know some of the players on the academy team, and it's just they deserve so much better. And I'm so happy for like Shax and Fact Fiction that they're on the Valiant because like they're really good. They deserve to be on tier 1. Like shit.
It's just one of those things where like we always talk about the instability of tier 2 and how like it's dying. Yeah. But like there's also I think a popular notion is sort of that like if you're in an academy team, you're safe. As long as you're performing, you're safe. Well, right, but that's the thing is, I mean, Guangzhou lost their team. Yeah. Didn't is Paris's team still together?
They are together, but they got demoted down to open.
Oh yeah, they got yeah, and then is Montreal together?
Yes, they still are.
Okay, so we lost Guangzhou, we lost
Paris,
Florida Mayhem's academy, and that's one of those things where it's like if you take down Fusion Uni and that's not enough for your contenders team to stay together, what will keep it? Like how can we keep tier 2 sustainable for anybody, even the orgs that are funding it? It's just not
feasible. But also at the same time, I think there's something, I've read something, don't quote me on this, please, I'm going to say that a lot tonight, but I believe that teams by the 3rd season, they're supposed to have a contenders team, like an academy team. So it's just like,
right,
how are you supposed to maintain this when you don't even pay attention to your contenders team and you give no incentive for people to watch it? It's just not feasible.
Exactly.
And
I think people they're hoping that like brand loyalty will keep people coming, but with the gauntlet that recently happened, I think we can agree that contenders as a whole does not have like the contenders program is not bad. It's the marketing and promotion of it that is, and it's something that like as long as it's funded properly is a viable thing that Blizzard could use to make money and nurture the tier 1 scene. Because if you don't have a tier 2, you can't have a tier 1. That's just logically how that works. I think they forgot that, though. But yeah, Contenders isn't broken. They just refuse to give it anything, so it slowly dies off.
It's very weird. Like, it's like Blizzard wants us to do well, but they're, like, putting all the factors in to make sure everything slowly starves itself. And I'm like, why are you doing
It's like malnourished.
Yeah, basically. It's awful. I hate it. Oh, God, it sucks. And it sucks when you know so many of your friends who are in the tier 2 scene and they're freaking out because they're just like, my future's not, stable in this. Like,
right.
It doesn't matter how well you do. It's just, it sucks.
I can't imagine how stressful, like, working in such an unstable place would be. I would be having a panic attack every other second.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, beyond. I feel like there just needs to be, like, more importance put on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like as of right now, there just really isn't any. Mm-hmm. Like, people who are, like, really into the Overwatch League, obviously, like, people like us who, like, write about it or, like, do content creation or whatever else. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, we're going to be, like, support tier 2.
Yeah.
But, like, the average person doesn't even know that tier 2 exists, and that's a problem.
Which is strange because, like, the whole idea of the Overwatch League is it's supposed to be something that's, like, very entry-level esport and that anyone can join it and understand. And so the fact that they're not giving that same attention to their tier 2, which is, like, to my mind, a little bit less intimidating just because there's so much less, like, a hype around it. It's something that, like, I feel like if I was just getting into Overwatch all over again, like, I would be interested in tier 2. But it's just, I just don't understand how they don't understand the logic of killing your tier 2 inevitably kills your tier 1.
I don't know. I think it also depends on the org that's, like, running it. Like, I can't speak for the Mayhem, but they're doing what they're doing. But like, I think after the Mayhem were, like, disbanded, I think that's when the players really started to freak out because they're just like, oh shit, the team that just took down Fusion University is gone. We're not safe.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my
God,
that's
not safe at all. Like, literally, I was talking to Numlock about it, and he was freaking out, and he's just like, this is not okay. This is not very Gucci Gang of you, Blizzard.
It's not very cash money of you. It's not very cash money of you. And also, especially for someone like Numlocked who plays in EU, like, if teams in NA can't support themselves, which is where all the money is in esports, how is anyone in Europe supposed to stay afloat either?
Yeah, oh my God, I can't even deal with that. I just can't. It's too stressful.
Thinking about contenders gives me hives.
It's same. Honestly, just thinking about Overwatch League gives me hives.
Just because I'm worried about them.
Katie's like, I'm allergic.
I'm allergic to poor management. And bad marketing. Like, it's not that hard. It's really not.
It's not.
So fair.
And yet they hire boneheads, and it's just like, oh yeah, this will work. And it's like, no, it's not.
It's just
not today, Susan. Not today.
Sharon, I'm getting real tired of you. Sorry, go ahead.
Speaking of marketing, that actually is kind of a really good segue to another topic that I have written down here, which is teams and their use of social media and, like, you know, accountability and engagement and enthusiasm and all that fun stuff. Let's talk about, well, for me, I'm from New York. I'm, like, born and raised on Long Island, and I do basically all of my work in Manhattan. I, like, New York Excelsior runs through my blood, basically. That being said, looking at their Twitter makes me sad.
I mean, yeah.
It's just, like, it's so depressing because, especially, like, during games, like, I could pull up any of their tweets, and it's just, like, it sounds like a robot is just...
It's, like, all the same. Like, literally all of them sound the same, and it's kind of...
Absolutely.
Weird.
And it's, like, a little off-putting.
Yeah.
But then they're, the XL2's social media, they're fucking funny, and they use so many memes, and I know the guy who's behind it, John, well, not John, he's a coach, but I know the people behind it, they're hilarious. And I'm like, why don't you use them for the NYXL?
Well, the thing with, like, the thing with NYXL is that, like, when they tried to post a meme at one time, it was that meme about that guy with, like, and the girl being like, I wonder why he's thinking about other girls, and he's like, I can't wait for Overwatch League to come back. I'm like,
it was bad.
That was really disappointing to me to see, because it's like, if this is a league that strives to be sort of the football of esports, like something that's very, like, accessible to everybody, just, like, throwing, like, 50% of a demographic of possible demographics away immediately is just like, yeah, that's cool. That's
that's
love that for us.
Especially New York, because New York is such a city that is just, like, so incredibly defined by its, like, diversity and its ability just to, like, treat everyone that comes in to the city the same way, basically. I mean, obviously there are so many stories of people being, like, absolute trash to people, like there are with any major city on the planet Earth, but, like, I feel like a big part of being a New Yorker is also understanding and realizing that New York is such a big melting pot, and that like, so much of it is so dependent on all of us coming from such different places, which is, like, I don't know why you would try and alienate an entire base. That's what the city that you're trying to represent is all about.
Well, and especially when they did their, like, branding, and it was like a big part of the message was there was such pushback when it was when the Nixel roster was announced, and it was a full Korean roster, and people were like, this isn't New York, and it's like, well, yeah, it actually is New York. Like, there's tons of people, Korean people. There's tons of people from all walks of life who live in New York.
Koreatown is literally right around the Empire State Building.
Right, and so it's you can't deny that diversity is like at the core of New York.
Yeah.
So that was, like, their pushback against it. Not that all Korean rosters are fine no matter where you come from. That was definitely the New York angle to handle that from, like, a PR perspective. And that was really smart, because then you're drawing back your local audience, and then you're also being like, do you have a problem with New York? Because nobody wants to fight New York. And as someone who is from the Midwest, I didn't have, like, a team to latch onto. So I was very into the New York brand of, like, everybody is welcome here. And then to see that sort of thrown back directly and being like, I don't know, women, am I right? It's like, that's not a good look. And the bar is, like, literally on the ground.
And people are tripping over it.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible.
It's beyond incredible. I love it. It's so good.
Like, I've seen other teams make I've seen so many teams make such awful jokes, really, that are just, like, so offensive and awful. And I'm sorry, my mom just let my cat out of my room. Bye, Obi.
No.
So I've just seen so many teams make such awful trash jokes that are received, like, poorly by obviously a lot of people because they're really offensive. And it feels like there really isn't any accountability. Like, they can just dirty delete and just, like, everyone kind of forgets about what happened.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a huge thing that I've seen happening a lot, especially Oh my god, most recently there was the, what was it? I think it was the LA Valiant and their,
oh no.
video with the Kit Kat.
Uh-huh.
What was it?
I don't know, but I'm scared because I love the Valiant.
Someone made some video with, like, a bunch of, like, people on the team eating Kit Kats. I don't remember off the top of my head. And, like, they made a trigger joke, and everyone was just like, "Hi, don't say that."
I think I know who was responsible for that. And she's, how do I put this nicely? She made a Dreamcast joke the day that the whole thing came out. So that's the person that you have, one of the people that you have working for the Valiant. So it's just like, how did she get hired? How did she get hired? That was such a big oversight like that. And she still had it up, by the way.
It's just such a bad look professionally. I don't care what you think about it personally. I mean, I do care, but like, you can't.
I care immensely.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. On a personal level, I will not interact with you if you think that that's funny. However, like, as an org, I don't know how you decide that that's the branding you want to go with. And once again, bringing it back to the point of, like, I feel like there's sort of this cognitive dissonance that's happening within a lot of orgs where they're trying to remain, like, edgy and fringe, like esports sort of was in the past and continues to be for some esports. I know. And then also is, like, trying to be something that's very approachable and something that has a low entry bar and that, like, anybody can get into reasonably. And you can't have both of those things at once. And one of those is going to grow and make you money and allow you to continue on doing esports, and one of them is going to run you straight into the ground and make you look like garbage. And I think it's pretty obvious which one you should be choosing, but apparently it's not that obvious, which is, again, just incredible.
I said it like 2 weeks ago, last time I was on the show, and I'll say it again. Being a nice person and not being an asshole is just so easy. Yeah. It's just so easy to not be mean. It sincerely just does not cost anything to be a nice person.
And people are just, it's like a brand new concept to people being like, I can't be making horrible racist, sexist jokes. Like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. Have manners and be nice? Like, it's not that hard.
If you're a professional, you have to act like a professional. I don't care what industry you're in. And whether that means you're a professional player or you're a professional in the marketing department, if you run advertising, whatever it is that you do, you have to be professional. It doesn't matter that we're in an esports industry or something that's digital. Like, if anything, that should scare you more because it's there almost forever. Until, like you said, you dirty delete it and everyone likes to forget that it happened. Or
they screenshot it and they always post it and they always constantly remind you and you're just like, oh, it's like, well, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
Should have thought twice before making that awful joke.
Well, and especially like if you have like a full if you take like the Kit Kat video and you have your full roster of like very lovable young people, like if you can make gamer snacks with the Jillies and Kariv and you can't get through a video of people eating Kit Kats without making it like offensive somehow, it's just
I don't get it.
It's not hard. You have so much material.
I know.
You have so much to work with, and then you bungle it, and it's just like,
you could have done so many things. You could have said tilted. That would have been like on brand for like a esports sort of
gamer
thing.
Word.
Like exactly. Like, use gamer buzzwords. It's not hard, but like
use the vernacular. Come on, it's not that hard. You get paid to do this.
How do you do, my fellow kids? Like it's not
my fellow gamers.
It's fellow gamer. Difficult to like just pick up a thesaurus and just like figure out some other way to say something that isn't kind of invalidating post-traumatic stress disorder, which so many people deal with all the time. And it's just like, I don't know, I feel like it's just easy to not do the thing. And I don't know what the solution is to like this lack of accountability that we have. I don't know if it's just because I'm too used to like cancel culture. Because if you don't follow me, hey, I'm really active in the makeup community as well, and cancel culture runs rampant. It is like, everywhere all the time, and that is like, both for good and also for bad because like people who have actively made racist comments against Black women are still mega popular and still get lots of views and lots of people are buying their makeup line for whatever reason. But someone will say one thing off color for one day and then immediately apologize, and then all of a sudden they're canceled. But it also goes both ways. Like, it works well, and it also works poorly, and I feel like there's like a balance that needs to be struck. So I'm not saying, hey, let's implement cancel culture in esports, because that's obviously
we're holding accountability for
that's the thing.
Exactly. But like, I feel like accountability can like so quickly just like escalate so out of control, and it's just like, where does the line get drawn between accountability and cancel culture? Because it's just,
because if it's just like one person in the org who's the bad egg, I think it should be handled within the organization itself. The whole org does not deserve to be dragged down.
Exactly.
Because there are cases of that. Absolutely, I know of it. I'm still dealing with it. We don't talk about that.
But it's also like, if you're gonna,
it's messy.
If you're gonna say something publicly, you have to understand that there's public consequences, public response, and then also you have to publicly say that you're sorry if you actually mean that you're sorry.
Yeah.
So I feel like people that like have this like accountability is very important, and people will often push back against it because like you're entirely correct in saying that it's so easy for it to become something that becomes like a witch hunt, or for people to like go way too far with it. But it's also like, because of that extreme, people are also going to the other extreme of being like, I'm not going to apologize for being who I am. And I'm like, well, you should probably apologize for just like not having a good perspective about what other people are dealing with, for not understanding and having empathy for other people, and that maybe that joke isn't funny for someone else and that's their real life.
Or even being like outright racist, sexist, transphobic, otherwise bigoted. Because there are a lot of people in the Overwatch League and in the esports community right now who are getting away with a lot of BS, especially in this good holy month of June Pride Month.
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite.
So it's like,
there's a reason why I'm not a fan of certain teams.
Pride is when I'm at my most powerful, but also my most
same. Absolutely same. Literally, I had to deal with some dunces in the Mayhem server for how dumb they were being about the Pride shirt thing with Zoe like modeling it and not seeing the issue of why we should not have a straight woman modeling this when we literally have 2 gay players in the Overwatch League. It's not that hard.
Or even
one like, of them's not even in LA anymore, but still, like, it's not that hard.
Even like Mika.
Why people are upset? Even Mika, like, literally, you could have had Mika do it because she's bi. Like,
she's also a model.
Yeah, like she's so beautiful. Like, excuse me, and like I had to explain to 2 people who are obviously very, very straight why this was wrong, why this makes people upset, and they still didn't get it. Even after I had other people defend me and be like, "No, she has a valid point. You are being dumb." They're like, "Well, it's just my opinion." Well, you're wrong. So where does that leave us? Oh yeah, me hating you. Okay, that's good.
I have like a kind of motto when it comes to like people are just like, well, that's my it's just like, an opinion is an opinion as long as it doesn't start to infringe on other people's rights, human or otherwise. And it's just like, an opinion is I don't like May. An opinion is not, these people shouldn't be in my community because I don't want them to exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, I feel like there's just like a very strong line that needs to be drawn there, and I feel like a lot of people don't get that.
Yeah, they don't. It's like, oh, you shouldn't be offended just because a straight woman is modeling this shirt. Also, someone made a trigger joke about that too in the server, in the Mayhem server, and I was like, you're one of those. Okay. The message obviously got deleted, and Mod did talk to them about it, and he was slowly starting to get it, but at the same time he wasn't. So I'm like, you're beyond helping. I don't have to explain to you why this upsets me as a bi person. Like,
exactly.
I shouldn't have to. Like, just look at someone else's perspective for once and stop asking dumb questions. Like, please, it's actually pissing me off. I can't.
And I
can't deal with stupid people.
I feel like that's something that a lot of oppressed people go through, like especially people of color and non-straight cis-het people. It's just like, I'm more than happy to help you if you want to learn, but also like, please pick up a book. You know what?
Google
like
something.
Exactly. Like some of these things are just so easy to just straight Google and just be like, oh, I maybe should ask this question not to someone who is actively experiencing this form of oppression because it might be upsetting. It's just like, it's not my job as an oppressed person to teach you why my existence is being made more difficult by you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my job. You're already making life difficult as it is. Please just use any search engine.
You have a literal computer on your phone. Just
exactly.
Use it. It's not that hard. I shouldn't have to explain it to you. I'm not your mom. I'm not your teacher. I am just a very angry gay person.
Exactly.
So leave me alone. Quote of the night: I am very gay and very angry.
I feel like there's this. Oh my gosh! I found this really funny website that was like, "Let me Google that for you," and then you go in and then you type out whatever they're asking you, and then it creates a link where it literally like goes into Google. It's an animation, and it goes into Google and it types it out for them, and then it gives them the search.
I love that.
And I use that all the time. Because it's just that. Like, I have it bookmarked on my phone because I just
love it. Oh my god. It's amazing.
It's just like, it's the level of unprofessionalism is far too much.
Oh, it's too much. I need a nap, I need 20 naps, and I need a drink. Please. The amount of bullshit that I see from these teams. The head assetry. I just can't.
The head assetry.
It's too much.
They said the head assetry.
Yeah. I said what I said. There are some people who do not deserve their jobs, and it's infuriating. So I'm like, I could do your job 10 times better. Let me do it for you. I'm funny.
My friend Eli says the smoothness of the average human's brain is astonishing.
You're so right. You're so correct.
That is so valid.
There's so many brains out here.
Oh Mallory says Latrice. Yeah, correct. You understood that reference. I'm proud of you. I don't know. I have a lot of feelings about oppressed people and their treatment, and specifically like gaming communities as
oh god, it's a nightmare.
Like with Pride happening, I feel like every time society as a whole is asked to recognize oppressed people, it's just kind of like an invitation for bigots to come out of the woodwork.
And they're just like, I'm here.
Exactly. Like, now I have an invitation to be an absolute ass.
Like, no, that's not how this works. That's not how this works, Tim.
Especially for a season like Pride, where, like, oftentimes a lot of people who identify as LGBTQIA, like, might not look what people think are as gay or trans or whatever. So if people make a post about Pride, if people say something publicly about Pride, it's a way that people can use to actively target people and, like, see who they can make fun of, which is really hard because people just want to be proud of who they are. But it also becomes a way of putting a target on your own back, which is unfortunate. Yeah. That being visible and proud of yourself is something that people use to weaponize you. Because they're like, I mean, being a person of color is often something that you can't hide. And, you know, or sometimes certain religious affiliations, there are a lot of things that we can't hide about our identity. But, Pride becomes something that people use as a weapon against other people, which, sorry, that was tangential, but...
No, I so get it.
Yeah.
Like, I go to New York City Pride every year. If you see me there, ever, hit me up. Talk to me. I love meeting new people. If you recognize me, come say hey.
I've never been to Pride, ever, which is so sad.
Pride is so lovely. You should fly up to New York and come.
Money, though. I'm a broke gay artist. What do you expect from me?
I go to Pride every year, New York, and I went to Burlington Pride this past year for the first time, which was nothing in comparison because it's Burlington, Vermont. But
oh god,
there were furries and there were like lots of people.
Oh boy,
but, like, not as many as like in New York, obviously, because again, it's Burlington.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was different, and yep. But New York,
better.
It was like I love going every single year, and it's something that I just cherish much in my heart because like it's so much fun, and I love connecting with so many different LGBTQA people, and it's just the worst part every year is like being on the LIR and seeing all these kids have to like take off all of their stuff that they got at Pride and like wipe, like take makeup wipes out of their bag and have to like clean everything off. I remember seeing one kid who was just like crying because their eyeliner was not coming.
Oh no.
And it was just like, it's always the worst. And it's just like, I feel like Pride just should be that for anyone.
Right. I have to kind of be like that because I'm not out to my parents. They don't know thing, and they think that I'm fixed because I'm dating a guy, and I'm like, it's not how this works, Mom.
Right.
It's not how that works.
Right.
All the girls I brought home were my girlfriends. Ha 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 ha. I could never say that because she would kill me.
Right.
This is not something I can speak about a whole bunch because I don't identify as pan or bi, but I feel so often that there's like such a, especially during Pride season, like where pan and bi people, where if they're dating people of an opposite gender to them, where it's a time that people also use to like say that they're not really gay, that they're not really queer in any way. Yeah, which is like
a lot of gatekeeping this year.
Yeah, which is really strange, right?
The only gatekeeping I've seen was the one that was clearly baiting people, where it's just like, people should be allowed to have sex at Pride. I'm like, or like minors should not be allowed at Pride. I'm like, who are you? Who are you? And then she's like, oh, we should be allowed to have sex during Pride. It's like, no, you are dumb. Stop talking.
It's still a public event. Enough.
Public event. Stop being nasty. Keep your nasty stuff at home. Please.
Some of us are ace, Karen.
Please, come on. I can't. It's too much.
It's like, what? Why? I'm also not someone who is attracted to anyone other than men. But, well, I shouldn't say that. I'm straight, but I'm also ace. So, like, I also can't really speak to the whole WLW sort of experience. But I have seen a lot of gatekeeping this year. And that goes for bi people who are in straight passing couples. That goes for people who are just straight saying, like, these people aren't allowed at Pride. It's just like, the A does not stand for ally.
Yeah, it doesn't. People who say that are liars.
Exactly.
Like, and like the people who are just like, oh, you see the straight people at Pride, you know they might be trans.
Right. It's just so bold.
It's so stupid. Like, just let people come to Pride. It's supposed to be a great, happy like time.
Exactly. I feel like the only people that shouldn't be allowed at Pride are TERFs. Like, yes. Period.
Period.
It's like, just honestly. Like, if you're going to be exclusionary, then just don't come because that's not what Pride is about.
Right.
Yep.
Period.
Peridot.
It just doesn't. Peridot.
I mean, Pride was started because a trans woman like stood up for herself, and to act like people aren't welcome in a place where people stood up and decided that they were enough and that they'd had enough. It's just so ridiculous. Like, you're clearly not honoring what this is all about. And like, as long as like a person who passes as straight isn't being like
rude
or like homophobic or anything like that, then like it's fine, because you don't know who they are or how they identify or like what their life is like. So just chill. Just like, this isn't about you. You're not a better member of the LGBTQIA community because you're gatekeeping, because you get to like decide who gets to come.
You're not a gold star gay. Like, get out of this house. Like, get out of this house.
I love that phrase, gold star gay. I love that.
It's gold star gay, then diamond tier gay, and then like
Grandmaster?
Yes. Oh, don't talk to me about Overwatch. It makes me angry. We're not here to talk about Overwatch on this Overwatch theme podcast.
On this Overwatch Online podcast? What do you mean?
Oh, what is that? Disgusting. Get me out of my house.
I don't know what esports are, honestly.
What's an esports?
Your friend, Katie, just wrote in the chat, they just want to be top 500 gay.
This is why Eli gets it. This is why I keep him around.
I'm going to scream.
I'm going to cry.
I love it. I'm going to put that in my Twitter bio.
Your top 500 gay.
Yes.
I love
Put that on your resume.
I should do that when I apply to the Mayhem. Like,
special skills, top 500 gay.
Skills, make meme, top 500 gay. Please hire me.
I love that.
I helped with your localization for like half a year. Please hire me.
Yeah, there you go.
I know the majority of your employees and they like me. Please.
I made Florida marketable again. What else do you want from me?
We made people come to Florida like viewing parties. Do you have any idea how hard that is when the team's garbage?
I cannot even imagine.
It's very on brand for Florida teams because most of the Florida teams are absolute garbage.
That was one of the things I actually learned from joining the Game Haus, is because our team dad and president, CEO, founder, team dad, Rob, knows a lot about traditional sports as well, and he knows about the industry of traditional sports. And I knew nothing about how much money happens in Florida, like what sort of like sports teams happen. So I've learned a lot here for like different capacities, just even outside of esports, about like where the money is.
It's ridiculous, and actually.
It's crazy. Well, whenever I'm in like an Uber and they ask me what I do, I'm like, well, by day I do marketing, and then I like my side hustle is I do esports journalism. And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, well, the Weekend's invested in it now with Will Smith. Like, you get to say all these big names are like pouring money into specifically Shaquille O'Neal. Yes, absolutely.
Like Owen Wilson was at a Overwatch League game last year. That was wild. That is so.
I remember when Josh Hutcherson happened.
Oh my god,
that meme was born.
Face was.
We had so much fun with that in the TGH group chats. I'm just like. I love trying to have like Malik being like me trying to have a good day, and then Josh Hutcherson was like my intrusive thoughts.
no, Josh is me ordering stuff off of Amazon at 3 a.m. and then Malik is me when it gets it's like
me looking at my bank account.
Oh, my face hurts. Oh, it hurts. So bad.
Oh, our editor Nick says flesh sports, and like
that's how we refer to.
I said traditional sports. He said flesh sports. I said traditional sports because this is an approachable program where anybody can join, but the TGH term is flesh sports.
It's meat sports, thank you very much.
Oh, no thank you. No, thank you. I don't like that one bit.
I know, I do it to gross out my friends and they hate me for it. So I'm like, I don't understand your sports ball and your meat sport and your meatballs. I don't
understand your meatball.
I don't get it.
Am I right, ladies?
Am I right, ladies?
How do you just getting back to fans? Just getting back to Overwatch League and also Pride. Nat, we want to talk to you about like how your experiences as we kind of touched on this, but especially as a gender non-conforming person, as someone who is also otherwise not, straight. What your experiences in the Overwatch League have been thus far, both negative and positive. Like if there's anything that really stands out to you?
Honestly, I think the most positive experience I've had has been with the LA Valiant because, they're very, like I knew a lot of the old staff that worked with the Valiant before they left and they, like, moved on to other teams, but, like, they're very inclusive and the mods are always, like, very on top of, like, we're not going to have any of this bigotry here. Not in this house, Susan. Not in this house. Outlaws, I kind of had that, but I did not like certain people in there because some of them are kind of dumb and some of the people running that Discord are not very bright. One of them who believes that the word twink is a slur, and I'm just like, you are so straight and it's painful and it hurts me. Stop that. But also being friends with Muma doesn't hurt either, so it's just like, there are some really great people in this community. It's just they are, like all communities, just the really gross, trashy, gamer boys who are just like, ooh, what does non-binary mean? Does that mean you're a computer? And I'm like, just look it up. I don't have to explain it to you. I'm just here to draw the players looking dumb and cute. Like, leave me alone. I don't care. It's not my fault that they don't like you. And it's not my fault that they like me that much that they actually, like, follow me on Twitter. Like, when Muma first started following me, I think he was the first, like, player to follow me. I flipped my lid because I'm just like, why? Excuse me, why? I haven't drawn you yet. Why?
Big fan, by the way.
Big fan, love him. Speaking of big fans, Swimmer, love
Swimmer. We stand Swimmer.
We stand Swimmer.
We do stand Swimmer.
Swimmer's a close and personal friend of the Game Haus, and specifically our co-writer Darby.
I love them so much. Like, so when they were still part of the Sky Foxes, I remember joining that server because I'm just like, ooh, this is fun. I like the colors. Seattle team. This is great. I don't care if they're garbage. I don't care if they're garbage.
Oh,
that was back then when they did not win at all.
Yep,
it was real bad, real rough. But then immediately when I joined it, Swimmer DMs me and it was just like, I've been following your art for the longest time, but I've been too nervous to say anything to you. And I'm like, no, please come to me, my sweet child.
I was gonna say, they're my precious child. I would kill and die for Swimmer.
I would, so if anything happens to Swimmer, I will die. I will die.
All of the HausQueens are always like, look at her.
Look at my baby. Look at my baby. Look at my child.
Swimmer is actually Swimmers in our HausQueens community Discord. And
So yeah, if you're trying to hang with tier 2 players, we do have a couple hanging out.
We do.
We'll drop that link at some point.
We actually have it in our Twitter extended bio thing, so join us.
Self promo, by the way.
Help us keep our Discord active because no one's talking in it currently.
I'm trying to think, has there really been any bad experiences that I've had? Honestly, not besides the thing I just told you about with the Pride shirts. That was fun. And then the whole International Women's Day that also coincidentally happened to the Mayhem server where someone said a real head-ass comment, and I'm just like, I hate this team and this community so much. My God, why am I here? Just to suffer?
I'm here for Anthony.
Yes, I love Anthony. He's my son. I would die for him.
Anthony tuned into our first show.
Yeah, Anthony sure did.
I love him. He's an angel.
He's a close and personal friend of mine, and we're going to go get Subway salads together, and I'm not going to apologize for that.
Absolutely.
And he lives with Fibble now. And Fibble's
it's a nightmare. Boys. It's a nightmare.
That garbage gamer boy apartment.
Literally, last night, Brandon sends me a picture of him eating peanut butter from a jar with a spoon, and I'm like, you need someone to supervise you. And he's
They're grown-ups. Fibble's like 24 years old.
He's my age. Yeah. Oh my God. We are going to clown so hard in Atlanta. It's going to be so much fun.
And Anthony's my age. Anthony's like 19, right?
Yeah. He's a baby. I'm actually a mod in the Overwatch League artists community as well. Yeah. So that's where we also have a lot of people who are LGBTQ plus. And like we had some drama, but you know, like we're very like all the mods except for Anthony, I think, all of us are gay as fuck. Like all of us are super gay.
Anthony's your token hetero.
Yeah, but he's the good one. He's the good boy. And I would die for him.
She's a token hetero.
My brand.
Boy. Oh God. I'm trying to think what else. Has anything else really mostly I don't think anything is bad has happened because I'm bi. I think it's mostly because I am a grill. Right. And it's usually happened like competitive Overwatch.
E-grill.
And that happened after my ex and I like parted ways. Like after I stopped getting that owl clout, and I'm like, I had clout before dating him. So what does that say about you?
Well, also, sorry.
Oh no,
go ahead. No, just I feel like.
Oh, sorry. You go first.
Just like being a woman who is single in Overwatch and like the esports scene in general, it's like very easy for people to like assume that everything you're doing is like clout chasing, or romantic, or in some. And it's like
I've had a lot of curious cats be like, "You're just drawing these players because you just want to fuck them," and I'm like, I would rather die because some of them do not know how to properly bathe themselves or how to do laundry. I don't know how you not because some of these boys are like kids, like they weren't taught this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God, yeah. They're fresh out the womb, fully then moving into a team house.
Like Dante didn't know how to use his washing machine and broke it. Like
he didn't know how to pay an electric bill, or he broke the shower like as soon as they moved in, and I was like,
and then like Muma cut himself because he wanted to copy that bird crow meme where the crow had the knife in his mouth. He's like, I just wanted to copy it, and he cut himself. And I'm like, you dumb gay. I love you.
Disaster.
Disaster gay. He's
long story short, men. Period.
Yes.
Bless him. Look, like I say, you know, fresh out the womb, right into the team house. How are they supposed to know how to do laundry? I was doing laundry when I was,
I learned how to do laundry when I was like 12. Like,
yeah. I don't know, I think the socialization of genders is really interesting. So weird. Or just like different, like.
But then, like, some of them are fine. Like, I know with the Mayhem boys, the old Mayhem boys, like the Sweet Twins, like, they knew how to, like, cook for themselves and do laundry and, like, stuff like that. Because they're independent boys. They don't need a woman.
There's no way that Gomsu doesn't do his own laundry. There's no way that Gomsu can't do his laundry. Gomsu can do his own taxes. He's fine.
Gomsu is a dad.
Watching his old League videos where he was cooking for his teammates for his birthday, I'm like, this man can do no wrong.
When he made seaweed soup for his teammate's birthday because it's an important cultural tradition.
It's so sweet. I can't. And his dog, he has a dog, a really high maintenance dog too. Like, he goes outside.
He goes hiking. He's seen the sun.
He's seen the sun, unlike a lot of these boys.
Unlike me.
Me, but I can't go outside because I'll burn. I'm very white.
I'm brown. I'm just so busy all the time. Like in Burlington, this is kind of off topic, but in Burlington, it's just always so cloudy and so snowy and so gross all the time. I like developed like a major vitamin D deficiency because it was just like there was no leaving the house. Like there was no leaving class or labs or anything. And I was like, wow, I've reached full gamer potential.
Oh
like,
my God.
I just haven't seen the sun in like 8 days now. It's great.
What's the sun?
Shout out to my man Jonak for tricking gamers into showering.
Oh my God, honestly. And those shoes that make his feet look like hooves, I can't. Those Balenciaga shoes are ugly.
Okay, my favorite thing is that since joining esports, I can now look at people who know, like, approximately how much they cost. I can look at people, like, when I was at university, I'd look at people on campus and be like, oh, you got money.
You got money.
Okay.
Yeah, literally, esports has now turned me into a sneakerhead, and I'm angry because I don't have any money.
Right, I'm by proxy a sneakerhead now. I've just absorbed this knowledge.
It's great though. Like Swoosh was a big sneakerhead too. Like he had the nice shit, and he would help me like find like good shoes. Like he had an app specifically for that, and I was like, "Where do you find this stuff? What's wrong with
an app on the internet?
Like how the fuck?
And
how? Why? Like no, literally, there's a specific app for shoe buying, and I'm like, but why? Why do you have this? Why are you like this? Why are you so weird? Why is it that you spend so much money on your shoes to get all that cool shit, yet the majority of your wardrobe consists of black and white and gray?
It's a look.
No, it's ugly.
Monochrome.
I was gonna say, literally, before this, I was wearing... I don't have it, but it was too hot.
All they wear is their Overwatch League gear, and I'm like, get some clothes.
All
I was literally just wearing...
black and white.
Yeah, I was wearing black and white mono all day, but I also have hair, so it's fine.
No, it's fine.
I was wearing my scrunchie, so that means I was into color.
My scrunchie today was black, so I have... Anyway.
This is just a dirty Valiant gamer shirt, so I can't really talk about gamer apparel. It's so cute, though!
I feel like I love that shirt, and I feel like, just very quickly going back to merchandise and
on topic.
How entirely disappointed I am.
And the Pride merch.
Like, not even the Pride merch. I'm just like, the best part of last year was easily just like going to the NYXL pop-up shop for finals in Brooklyn and seeing all of this dope as hell merch and like actually being able to something that actually kind of I felt spoke to my team's brand.
Yes.
And even with like the Pride shirts especially, I feel like there are so many different ways that each team can go about it, and having each team have like just a carbon copy shirt. I keep talking about this every week, but I'm just like, where's the personality?
There's nothing.
It's embarrassing that Los Angeles, both of the shirts look exactly the same, except for on the back there's like the rainbow version of their logo, which is like, I know that the LA teams didn't choose that, but like who in marketing was like, you know what we should do? We should just allow this to happen. Like, I allow your teams to have their own voice come through the merch, because like there's a reason why people get attached to certain teams, and you should allow them to like understand
like
their brand.
Because they did the LA Valiant did those the pride patches with their logo.
They were so like
cute. I got
good. Like, yes.
It's good for them to do that, but now like with Fanatics and like those ugly shirts with like, how do you make a rainbow gradient muddy? I don't understand how you can manage to do that, but they did that.
They really did that.
They did that, like, and they really shouldn't have.
I was just working on the rainbow logo for HausQueens yesterday. By the way, I designed all this.
Yeah, which, by the way, go to our Twitter, check out our new rainbow logo. It's cute, and Miranda did it.
Dab.
A brand.
I was literally just working on the rainbow logo yesterday, and I was just... even like thinking about what you just said, I don't know how hard you have to work to make a rainbow look muddy.
Real hard.
But like, apparently it's really hard, because like I couldn't even not knowing what the hell I was doing, because I was just like, oh, I'll just slap a rainbow overlay on this. Nope. It was just like, in no point during my attempt to try and figure out what I was doing did I feel like what I was looking at was in any way muddy or like dull or like brownish looking or like gross. It still looked rainbow because it's fucking rainbow.
Yeah, like it shouldn't be that hard. I don't know, maybe it was the yellow that they used that was just I feel like
Probably.
it was the yellow. I think it was the yellow that they used.
Either the yellow or the orange.
It just looked really oddly green and muddy, gross looking. It just felt like so like hollow and so like vapid and just so bad. It's just bad.
I feel like that's just like a big trend with all of the Fanatics merch that I've seen.
Oh,
it's just all of it just feels like super hollow and like soulless. Yes,
it's so
come through.
It doesn't feel
one brain cell.
It feels like there's like no actual personality behind any of the merch, and then like there's all the printing issues. And by the way, they're still using the same like printing press that Into the AM uses. Why do you use heat pressed on stuff for the jerseys when they come off really easily? I don't understand. And like the pride stuff is like bad, and the fact that they didn't really specify like is this actually going to be donated to any sort of LGBT like charity or anything, and then like only certain teams are doing it, and it's like very confusing, and it just looks bad, and like the stuff's not even that good looking, so it's just like why bother? Like,
Pride is like making a pride related sort of thing is one of those things where it's the bar is no longer on the ground.
Yeah,
like right. Well, yeah, it's like it's one of those things where like you have to be very aware of like you can't just monetize like marginalized identities and have that be like a fun thing that we're gonna say inherently.
It's like nice and quirky and
right. I like don't get me wrong. I love that it's not like something you have to be like necessarily ashamed of anymore in like the esports space. Even though don't get me wrong, it's obviously still something that is made a joke
CBS
of that
News
makes people's lives
reports-
dangerous. But like teams are like something. It's a message that they're willing to, as an organization, put behind. But you can't just make the same exact T-shirt and be like, "Yeah, this is Pride. This is woohoo."
We'll just slap a rainbow on.
Right.
It just doesn't make any sense. I feel like
our dear friend Mallory in the comments just said, "Imagine trying to that looks like a hot."
Facts. She's right.
Yeah,
she's right, and
you're right. Exactly. But oh my gosh, what was I gonna say?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It'll come back to me.
Like I think the only good thing I've seen out of these Pride shirts is that one of my friends did buy the normal like Overwatch League Pride shirt, and she matched that price to a donation to the Trevor Project. So I'm like, that's a straight ally that I can get behind. Like that's good. And like the Mayhem's doing really nice too. Yeah. Like, be a nice person.
As like a straight ally, donate your money to LGBTQIA resources, and you'll be fine. That's how you celebrate Pride instead of just turning everything into rainbow capitalism, which is a term that I've been using a lot for some reason.
I use that too. I lost 3 followers after that tweet, shit talking the league merch and being like, "Why did you use a straight person to model this? I don't understand. Also, it's ugly."
Just like performing allyship is just like not enough anymore. Like, don't get me wrong, I like cute rainbow stuff, but that doesn't make me a good person inherently, and especially if I don't care about like where that money's going to for that cute rainbow stuff that I got, and like if I'm not going to do anything else besides just wear my fun little rainbow shirt, because like even though it's cool again to be like openly like I am obviously an ally, like I think I'm cool with everybody, like that's good, but it's not enough. And it's not something that you need to be like congratulated for. Like it's the bare minimum for human decency, and so it's not something that it's like you need to perform so loudly and so proudly.
Like I saw someone that follows me on Twitter had renamed himself to that straight ally, and I'm like, ooh, that I know you tried, but that's not how we do that around here. That's just kind of gross, and kind of makes it look like you're just drawing attention to yourself, being like, I'm one of the good ones, and it's like that's not how that works.
It's very nice guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very much like
that he's been thirsting on me too for a while, and I'm just like, I don't like this.
So what you're saying is he is a nice guy.
Shit. You're right.
It's incredible that people can look at Pride. Sorry.
No, you're good.
It's incredible that people can look at Pride and be like, how can I make this about me?
Yeah.
Oh, straight Pride. I can't deal with that.
Oh my gosh.
Even being like that one straight ally, like even if you aren't like demanding straight Pride parades, still being like, I'm gonna take an event that's meant for LGBTQIA people, queer people, people who identify in all sorts of different ways, and I'm gonna make it about me. So I'm not even asking you for my own one. I'm just gonna let you know that I'm cool. I can hang. It's like, I just sort of expect that of people. And if you can't, then, like, I don't mess with you. That. Right, exactly. That's not my brand.
Yeah, no. No, thank you.
Not a brand.
What? A decent person.
I mean, it doesn't cost that. It doesn't cost anything to be a decent person. Yet people just make it so hard. And it's just like, God, just go outside. Go pet a dog. Do something. Do something nice.
Like, walk around outside for a little bit. Catch some
sun.
Stare into the sun.
No, not like
directly.
No, I just meant like let the sun beat down on you. Have like a nice iced latte. Just like chill out for a second.
Yeah.
Get some vitamin D. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
What I was going to say that I finally remembered was I feel like everything would have, like, if they were to do just like the kind of cookie cutter sort of Pride merch, I feel like something that would have gone over so much better would have been patches and enamel pins.
Yes.
Of like rainbow versions of everyone's logos.
Mm-hmm.
And even of the Overwatch League logo.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's just so easy to just like come up with these ideas and just not have these ugly ass fucking shirts up for sale.
I have a feeling that this was done, like designs were done by fanatics. I highly doubt that any of the teams would have been like, yeah, this is a great idea. I mean, there might be
I agree.
one or two who have been like, yeah, that's fine, don't worry about it. But I know that the LA Valiant would not sit for this. Absolutely not.
I can't believe they robbed Anthony of the chance to make the best.
Oh no! As soon as the advert went up, we were all just trashing it in the Outlaw Discord. We were just like, "This is atrocious."
I love
Literally,
that.
any one of us could have been hired for this, and we would have made it 10 times better. But no, we can't have nice things. No.
In this economy,
artists? What?
Nice things
in this economy, on God, no.
Oh, worm.
Oh, worm. Oh, Brig.
Oh, wig.
Wig.
Oh, Brig.
I have 2 wigs actually on the ground next to me. I could be like, wig snatched.
Where in the world is my wig?
Wearing it on top of my headphones.
Oh my God! If you just like went like this and just actually snatched the wig off of your head, I cried. Just letting you know. I
would have asked Rob to end the broadcast just so we could have that be the last thing that people saw.
And that's it. Good night, guys.
That's how you start off a Pride Month.
Absolutely.
Wig snatch. Damn it, I should have prepped better.
Look at that video of that guy who he dances to Cut to the Feeling. Mm-hmm. And he does like the rainbow. Wait, have you not seen that?
No.
Okay. Remind me to show you that later. Okay, if you haven't seen it, I have it retweeted on my a couple of days ago. You'll have to scroll a bunch. Sorry, I tweet a lot.
Deal with it.
But yeah, Pride is
great.
Lovely. And I feel like something that I think I might mention this ago, but something that I have also always noticed going to a major city's Pride every year is that like a lot of it is just so hardcore centered around advertising and rainbow capitalism. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out this year, especially because I feel like there's been a major push to just like completely turn that around. Not completely, but like kind of like hold brands more accountable for that.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot more brands actually donating and like actually putting stuff like towards a good cause instead of just like slapping a rainbow on a shirt and being like, "Hey, gays, buy this." You know,
we have rainbow Doritos now.
Hello, my fellow gays.
Rainbow Oreos, anyone? Rainbow Oreos?
You guys have seen the rainbow IKEA bags. Like, those things, they're actually, like, donating the proceeds
Yeah, that's the
like,
things, yeah.
And it's like, oh, wig.
Wig.
And I literally just went to IKEA, like, for the first time this, like, past weekend with my boyfriend, and it was like, oh my God, my people.
I've never been to IKEA before.
Me neither.
Magical. Oh my God, there's so much cool shit, and it's like really cheap furniture. And I do need to get like a new bookcase, and I found one that was like $69, and I'm like,
nice.
Yes, the sex number,
nice.
But also big bookshelf must have now.
Please give.
Please give. I need it for the meme. Please.
It's like, I don't know.
That's literally all my purchase.
Do either of you guys go to like a major city Pride, or are planning on? I've never been to a Pride.
I'm going for the first time this year. I was at brunch on Sunday, and someone was like, I went to brunch at a gay bar, and they're like, "You're coming to Pride, right?" Yeah. Like, of course, this is my brand. Right, yes. But yeah, I'm excited because it's one of those things that like because of sort of I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
I think I need to talk to one of my friends about going to Pride because she wants to go, but she lives a little bit further away from me. But it's like, we're in Florida, like that's a very like gay happy area. Like there's a neighborhood dedicated to like the gay community called Wilton Manors, and it's like gay central, and it's magical. It's amazing actually, and they have a really good grilled cheese place that like makes grilled cheese and waffle irons, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna hurt later, but it's worth it. Because I'll eat it because I'm dumb. Because I don't care.
You might just drag me down to Florida yet. You might
go to the
have got me there.
The Keys are also super gay.
But Florida's really hot.
Yeah, it is. It's humid and gross and nasty, but gay.
So, since both of you guys are going or planning on going to your first Pride soon, quick rundown: Pride Survival Guide. Wear comfortable shoes. That's number one because you're gonna be standing a lot. Basically, con rules kind of are in effect. I always wear cute makeup, but if you're going to wear cute makeup, make sure that you invest in some Urban Decay All-Nighter setting spray because that'll keep you set and ready to go. Not sponsored.
Literally kept me like fresh during an emotional breakdown, so can confirm.
Same. I'm like the queen of being able to cry. I just can like cry and just not have anything mess up. But anyway,
I can't do that. Not with the cake in my face.
No, I don't know why, but every time I cry, it's nothing.
Oh God, I wish.
And I like just ran out of like setting spray too, so it's not even that. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just half god or something. I don't know, but
most likely.
So there are those. Bring water. Bring snacks. Make sure you have a portable charger.
Yes. That's just a good rule for life.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand why people don't bring their chargers anywhere. Like, my boyfriend's like, I don't need my charger when we're going out. And I'm like, you're going to need it. And then his phone dies. And I'm like, what did I just fucking say?
I commute and I'm a woman. So I keep a power brick on me.
Exactly. Me too. No, I'm the same thing. I have an hour long.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I can't do that. I can't be risking that. No.
Yeah,
I need my phone to live.
Mm-hmm. Gotta stay safe, kids. What else?
Sunscreen or something adjacent. Yes.
Oh my god, I had the worst sunburn a few years ago when I went. Because I didn't have any tattoos at that time. My senior year of high school. And my dumb butt was like, I'll be fine. And then like my whole ear sunburned. Really, before I went to Zanzibar, only here sunburned. But that was like probably the worst face sunburn I've ever gotten.
Oh,
it was bad. Wear sunscreen. And just like don't get too intoxicated.
Oh my god, please.
Watch your drinks.
Oh, that's what, yes. Please look out for other people around you. Please, don't drug people. Don't get too intoxicated yourself. You shouldn't have to worry about that, but that is the world that we live in. Yeah. Just please be good to others and also look after yourself.
Mm-hmm. And also, don't touch other people without their permission.
Oh,
my first Pride, I had a really not great experience. Don't touch other people without their permission, ever, period. Even though it's Pride, and even though it's, like, kind of a hypersexualized thing, which is not great anyways. Yeah. But, like, just don't do it. Like,
that's
don't touch
cons. Like, I've had some really bad experiences with drunk people being way too handsy-feely, and I'm like, you're lucky I'm legal, but even then, don't touch.
See, at that point, I wasn't even legal. I almost punched her. And it was a woman, by the way.
You should have. You should have.
I fully almost decked that girl. I was just like...
It's like, why?
Excuse me?
Keep your nasty hands to yourself.
But, that's really all I can think of.
Have a buddy.
Pride is lovely. Support local drag queens.
Yes.
Oh, bring money to tips.
Mallory just put a really, really good tip. Leave protesters alone. If you ignore them, and just, like, literally just walk straight by without even giving them, like... I've kind of mastered this living in New York because that's kind of how you survive in a place where just, like, so many people are always trying to sell you stuff. But just, like, keep your eyes on, like, a stop sign in the distance and just keep walking. And it's just, like... If you just don't give them any of your time of day, they will not win. Don't let them win by, like, giving them your energy.
Yeah.
Like, the moment you actually acknowledge them, that's what they're wanting. They just want the attention. They just like their message to be put across in a way that's, like, attention grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let them do that. Just don't.
Yeah. I just don't understand the protesters that show up at, like, at conventions. Like, what are you playing? What are you protesting? We're just a bunch of nerds that get in costume.
Anime.
Like, I don't get, like, anime is a crime against God. Like, okay, yeah. So what?
Sure.
It's fun.
Anime is, like, the 19th most deadly sin.
Yeah. But it's, like, so funny. Like, my favorite ones are, like, when they see, like, the people cosplaying Disney princesses and just their faces of, like, pure confusion. I'm like, yeah. You thought. Not like that, but you thought.
Oh, you thought you were gonna have fun.
Oh.
Like, I've never understood people that go to events like cons and, like, Pride that just, like, straight up just go out of their way to,
Be
like,
nasty.
Be awful to people.
It's like, you could do so much more with your time and your day. You're just wasting your time. Like, why bother? Go somewhere else. Go pet a dog. Everything can be solved by petting a dog.
Once again, go out, enjoy some sunshine, have a nice cup of water. Just
pet a dog.
Facts. Yeah. Oh, one last Pride tip that just got brought to my mind. I know at New York Pride, you're gonna get a lot of free crap. Mm-hmm. Like, I got a free shirt from like Splat hair dye last year. I got, like, an abundance of condoms. I got, like, free temporary tattoos, free little buckets of ice cream. Bring a backpack.
I always do.
Bring a backpack. I have my Kanken over there that I travel to everywhere. It's, like, in all of my Instagram profile pics because I'm a basic bitch. But like, you will not want to be carrying all these things that you're getting from all of these vendors and from all of these, like, floats that are passing by. Last year, Victoria Justice threw a condom at me from atop the Amazon float. I wish I was kidding. That was a moment. That was a moment.
I love that.
Victoria Justice and I have the weirdest past, but that's another story for another time.
That's different.
I'll leave that up to some
that's a cliffhanger.
But we should probably start wrapping this up. Yeah. So, kind of wrap this up on some more sort of pride tips. Listen to everything that we said. Stay safe. Don't do drugs without researching them first.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Talk to your parent.
Mm-hmm.
If you have good relationships with them.
If not, I'm your parent.
Yep. If not, we're your mothers now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Come join my Discord. I'll tell you to drink water all the time.
Exactly.
Literally all the time.
Discord. Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, it's just Katie. Never.
Follow us on Twitter. Join our Discord. Tune in every week. This month, we're going to be having new fun guests every week, and we have some really, really exciting people coming to the show that we're really, really excited for. I cried every time I booked one. By the way, if you were talking to someone on the HausQueens Twitter, it was me. Gang, gang. So, yeah. Thank you for joining us on this lovely kickoff to Pride Month. Thank you to Nat for actually coming through and joining us on our first week.
Nat, is there anything that you'd like to promote while you're...
Yes.
My Twitter, it's at BubbleQuartz on Twitter.com, where
right below you.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. And I draw a bunch of Overwatch League art and other things if I feel like I want to, but most of my time is devoted to these dumb boys. These dumb boys. But it's fun. I draw art for different teams too, so it's not just, the Mayhem and the Valiant. Like, I draw almost all the teams, so... Okay. And I shitpost a lot, so I hope you don't mind.
We stand with you.
It's my brand. I can't help it. I'm literally known as the Jersey Gremlin. People either know me from my art or me posing in that Jersey Gremlin monstrosity where I'm just like, yes. Look at me. Acknowledge my feet, even though I'm wearing socks.
Any last words, Katie?
I'm Katie Gripney. You can follow me up here at Katie Gripney. I post infrequently, and it's often stuff about Overwatch League. You can find my features with Uber and Bren, or Uber's at Proving Grounds, Bren is at the Game Haus, and I have something coming up soon with an interview I did with Monty. Not Monty, Doa. Oh. Doa. And you can find my most recent piece, which is an ode to the Dallas Fuel and the Legacy of Envy, at my Medium page, which is just, I believe, Katie Gripney, medium.com/Katie Gripney. That is it for me, I think.
I'm Miranda Rodriguez. I'm a photographer, graphic designer, human being. All of my handles are in lustrous2_, including my Twitter and Instagram. And also, no, that's it. I don't know why I said all of them. Oh, my Discord too. Join us on Discord. Yes. I will say it until the day I die. Come party with us. We have a lot of different things that we're kind of planning for community events. Follow our other Twitch that we're also going to be streaming on for community events.
HausQueens After Hours.
HausQueens After Hours.
Mm-hmm. It's safe for work.
It's just us being ridiculous.
It's just not associated with the TGH brand as much, because we're embarrassing.
As much. Follow all of the queens. Yes. We have all of their apps listed on our Twitter. And with that,
thank you to our wonderful dad and president of the company, Rob, for tonight. We really appreciate it. But yes, Rob. With that, we're gonna leave you guys. Thank you guys for tuning into HausQueens this week. Join us next week for some more Pride content. And we'll see you online.
See you guys soon.
Bye-bye.